So we might want to start at the top.
All right, starting over. Again, I'm still Teresa. Teresa Brand, Outreach and Marketing Manager with LTD, and I'm Chair of Greenlane. A couple of reminders about muting yourself when you're not talking, and when you walk away to put up a static photo, and then unmute when you're ready to talk or you're called on to answer a question. Welcome and thank you for joining us today to honor the finalists for this year's Bold Steps Award winners. Greenlane is a partner in this important effort, and it is our pleasure and honor to work closely with the City of Eugene and Bring's Rethink program to do today's presentation. Just so you know, Greenlane is a network of sustainability-oriented businesses that meets monthly, now on Zoom for the present time, to have presentations on sustainability topics and do networking with other like-minded businesses. If you want to find out more about us, go to our website at greenlane-sbn.org. About the Bold Steps Award, the Bold Steps Award celebrates Eugene businesses that invest in a strong bottom line while supporting employees with opportunities and benefits that encourage positive morale, community involvement, work-life balance, and forward-thinking initiatives that set them apart within their respective industries. About the Bring Rethink Business program. To be eligible for this award, applicants must be in the City of Eugene and be certified through Bring's Rethink Business program, which evaluates a business's recycling and water and energy conservation actions through a certification process. In 2020, Bring expanded this certification to also assess steps businesses are taking to foster equity within the workplace. Christine Scaffa, Bring's Director of Sustainable Business Development, is joining us today to tell you more about this program. Christine?
Thanks, Teresa. Hi, everyone. It's really nice to be here and to see some familiar faces and names. This is always an exciting time of year for us to highlight some of our all-star rethink businesses, as we call them, in the Bold Steps program. So thank you all for joining us. I think everyone here is, for the most part, familiar with the Rethink certification process. We provide a free service to help businesses implement practices around waste prevention, conservation, and sustainability. As Teresa mentioned, one of the really exciting highlights that we've been working on this year and will be continuing to work on is adding justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, as well as resilience practices to the program. So many of the businesses who are on this call today are already doing these things, which is really great. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of how it's going to work moving forward, we are currently finalizing 2 additional categories for our checklists, and they each have about 12 to 16 questions. And for businesses that are already certified, at the time of your next recertification, we'll be requiring you to go through these questions as well. And then for new businesses, they will also be required to answer these questions. We expect to have everything finalized, hopefully by around March. We're also moving into a new database system, so we're really busy the next few months migrating everything over. I also wanted to take an opportunity to introduce our new employee who's working with me on the Rethink program, and that is Matt Mueller-Kirsten, who's on this call as well. So Matt, if you want to just say hello.
Hey everyone, glad to be here. I look forward to meeting all of you in person, hopefully one day. And in the meantime, it's great that we can all get together like this in this way.
Thanks, Matt. So you will, at some point in the next several months, be hearing from Matt or myself regarding the new practices that we're adding to the checklist, and potentially for a recertification if you're due. It's really great to see all of you. Congratulations to this year's finalists. It's good to see you. And I see Yogi T on the call as well, last year's winner. So thanks a lot. And yeah, great to be here.
Thanks, Christine. It's great. You guys do a wonderful job. And I think LTD's due for our recertification, I think. So we're getting ready. Also, just a reminder, there is a chat function on the bottom of your screen, so you can enter in any questions or comments that you might have, either for the whole group or just for a few of us. And that way we can respond to those or answer questions, that kind of thing. So just use that if you feel free. Okay, about the 2020 Bold Steps winner, that was East West Tea Company, Yogi Tea. We're joined today by representatives from East West Tea Company, also known as Yogi Tea. East West Tea Company creates herbal tea blends in the only LEED certified tea manufacturing facility in the world, right here in Eugene. Employees volunteer for local nonprofits and actively support workplace preparation programs in local schools, while the same company ensures environmentally preferred practices and organic farming practices in their supply chain. We'd like to introduce Satber Khalsa, Director of Global HR and Community Relations, who share more about their experiences as the 2020 Bold Steps award-winning business.
Thank you, Teresa. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Satber Khalsa. I am Director of Global People and Community with East West Tea Company. We have two brands, Yogi Tea, which most of us are familiar with, and then we also in 2019 purchased Choice Organic Teas, and so we have the two brands now. If you've driven by West 11th or up and down West Tech, you might have noticed we have Choice Organics on our building now. So from a business perspective, we also have Brianna on the team here, and she's our sustainability manager. When we were given the award, that was one of the really exciting things, was to introduce her and really celebrate from a business perspective that's where we were at as an organization now that we had hired our first sustainability manager. She has a really cool story of going to school at University of Oregon, interned with us for a period of time, and that turned into taking on this new role. I wanted to speak just real quickly and then turn it over to Brianna to talk more specifically about our work. But from a business perspective, how this award has served us and really how much pride we take in being included in this group and being recognized. Thank you, Greenlane. Thank you for Bring for the acknowledgement and the recognition of what businesses are doing. For us, this is something that while we're a global business, we are here locally. The majority of our US business is here locally in Eugene, and it's been here for many years. So being able to honor and celebrate what our community collectively does, and to be able to translate that into how we do business here, doing business the right way, doing it responsibly, doing it sustainably, doing it with integrity and intention and focus and effort. And sometimes doing it costs money to do the right thing sometimes, but then you can also do the right thing and make money off of it. So it's always a process of, we start with what is the right thing. And I'm going to steal a tiny bit of Brianna's thunder, but we recently developed our international sustainability team. And so we've got members from Europe as well on that team, and they came out with a mission statement or a purpose statement. And one of the key lines in that is the world better off because we are in it? And so that really grounds us in so many of our decisions now. It helps us to pause and say, okay, this action, is the world going to be better off because of this action that we're going to take? And so that pause moment is really impactful. At a local level, we share our video on our recruitment pages. We're recruiting from out of the area as well, so we're able to use our Bold Steps video and really highlight and celebrate that. Employees, we got to have the award in our lunchroom, so every day employees had the opportunity to go by and touch it and remember and recognize and feel pride in what we're able to accomplish. So that's it from my side. Just thank you again. We were really honored to carry it. This was a crazy odd year for everybody. And I don't know if we're the last ones to get the award in person, because whoever's winning next year, it's going to be a virtual recognition. So that was cool. We'll take that as well. But Brianna, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes here. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Satber. So as Satber said, I'm the sustainability manager for East West Tea Company. And I've been with the company actually for just about 2 years now, which is a little hard to believe. But So as Satbir said, we're incredibly grateful to be part of the Eugene community, specifically from a sustainability perspective. The opportunity and the advancement that just being part of this community gives us towards our sustainability goals is incredible. As he said, one of the big things that we worked through this year was establishing what our sustainability vision statement is. And so we spent a lot of time, a lot of whiteboard space and a lot of brainstorming to put together our vision. What is it that we as a business want to accomplish? And so when we put together this vision statement of we exist to create a world that's better off because we're in it, what does that really look like? And from a business perspective, we honestly hear a lot of businesses think in terms of reducing impacts, right? Like companies are like, think of sustainability of reducing negative impacts. Let's reduce our carbon footprint. Let's reduce the amount of waste we create. But for us, we said, well, what if we reframe that thinking and instead think about how do we actually eliminate impacts? How do we eliminate our carbon footprint, eliminate our waste? And even look beyond that to say, not just eliminating negative impacts, but how do we have a positive impact? And so framing our thinking in that way, it's a short, sentimental kind of statement, but it really was a lot of brainstorming behind it to frame that thinking. And so I just wanted to share really quick a couple of stories of how the Eugene community this year has really helped us towards reaching that kind of goal and that target. So the first one is just a small example. So we have a sustainability problem that's kind of been the bane of my existence, if you will, plastic pallets. So we receive a lot of our materials to our warehouse on plastic pallets because they're coming from India or Japan, where they're common practice. But unfortunately, we can't use plastic pallets for a number of reasons when we're shipping products out. So we have this growing stack of plastic pallets outside of our warehouse, and it's essentially destined for the landfill. I mean, there's no easy way to recycle plastic pallets. So until and unless we can find a better use for them, they're destined for the landfill. So I thought we really can't be the only ones in Eugene facing this problem. So I sent an email to a large group of people I know in the Eugene community and just said, hey, has anybody else worked through this? And the overwhelming positive response just from our local community in resources and ideas and thoughts on how to repurpose or reuse these plastic pallets has been incredibly helpful. And in fact, the previous year Bold Steps winner, Hummingbird Wholesale, they said, you know what, we have a great use for those plastic pallets, and they came and picked up a whole truckload full of them. So it was a win for us, it was a win for the environment, hopefully a win for Hummingbird. And so to have that opportunity just to collaborate within our community is just, like I said, one small example. The other example that I'll share really quick, the uniqueness of our Eugene community in kind of the sustainability space. This year around kind of the June timeframe, we realized we weren't going to have any use for our sustainability travel budget for the year. So we said, how do we put that money still to good use and have a good purpose for it this year? And we landed on this idea that we wanted to hire some sustainability interns for the summer. With the University of Oregon right in our backyard, we had this unique access to these young minds, people that are inspiring and forward thinking and new perspectives. And so and the reality is a lot of students this year lost their summer internship opportunities because a number of businesses canceled internship programs because of the uncertainty with COVID. And so having the opportunity to bring on some local talent for the summer and give us great perspectives on various sustainability projects was great for us and very beneficial for us, but also just another great example of integrating into our local community here in Eugene. So those are our 2020 highlights that I wanted to share with this group, specific to the Eugene group. But we're very excited to be here to help honor the 2021 nominees, and I'm grateful that we get to pause and take a moment and reflect and honor them, even if it is in a virtual space. Thank you.
Thanks, Brianna. Yeah, you guys are doing amazing work, and it's great to be able to share successes and happy news during this strange year. So let me pull up We do have a recorded video from Mayor Venice that does announce the 2020 finalists. And so give me a moment and I'll pull that up. I have to find it in my sea of things here. Just a moment. There it is. Jeez Louise. Okay.
Thank you for joining the City of Eugene in celebrating 3 businesses that have been selected as finalists for the 2021 Mayor's Bold Steps Award. These nominees were chosen based on their implementation of triple bottom line initiatives, including sustainable purchasing practices, community partnerships, and responsible innovation. All Bold Steps finalists have been certified through Bring's Rethink Business program, which provides free assessments and recommendations for sustainable and money-saving conservation actions. Businesses that compete for the Bold Steps Award go beyond just conserving resources by being strong community partners and by supporting their staff with opportunities to grow professionally and give back to the community. From policies that support work-life balance and sustainable purchasing practices to volunteer support for schools and nonprofits, these businesses are leaders in their respective industries. We thank each of the following businesses for applying for this award, and here they are. PacTech, a family-owned local producer of 100% recycled and recyclable secondary packaging. Marley's Monsters, a manufacturer of reusable products that replace single-use disposable products for bath, beauty, and home. And Summit Bank, a locally owned business bank whose mission is giving back to the community. Thank you all and congratulations. Let's take a moment to find out more about our finalists.
PacTech is a family-owned business located here in Eugene, Oregon. We manufacture multi-pack handles for the food and beverage industry.
Our primary goal here in PacTech is to continue providing sustainable packaging solutions using 100% recycled plastic. And not only is it 100% recycled plastic, but it's 100% recyclable and it's reusable.
We, again, started about 8 years ago in converting all of our products from what we'll consider virgin material or straight petroleum products to recycled material. And as a result, we've been able to convert most of our customers over to recycled materials in the last 8 years. And now almost exclusively are using recycled materials for our products.
What I'm most proud of this company is because of the culture that's embedded down through the organization, all the way from the owner of the company down to the employees. And they're very conscious about the environment and what they do and how it affects everybody around the community and the environment as a whole.
For us to embrace the sustainability, we needed to live and breathe it. And we started a program roughly a year ago where we wanted to make it easy for our employees to bring in material for recycling. And as a result, we've put together a number of receptacles at all of our locations where our employees can bring in plastics from their household, and we'll ensure that they get recycled in the appropriate manner. And so far, we've had roughly 2,500 pounds brought in just in our employees in the last year alone. My favorite thing that I do here at PacTech is that I truly believe I'm the ambassador of culture. And really what I mean by that is working for our employees to promote them, to give them opportunities, to find ways in which we can do something that we didn't think was possible, and to promote their opportunities to grow with the company and do more for themselves personally and in our community.
Plastics is an extremely valuable material. It's important to me for people to understand that it's about how we're using it, and it's about how we handle it at the end of its life, and reduce resources that are consumed out in the environment by reusing the materials. over and over again, which is what PacTech does. PacTech has been an industry leader by being creative and innovative in the way in which we brought sustainable solutions to market. And it's not something that existed, but what we created that didn't exist in the use of our recycled content and just providing solutions to our customers. So if there was something I could pass on is be creative, be innovative, bring something new to market, and the sky's the limit.
My name is Sarah Dooley, and I am the founder and president of Marley's Monsters. We are a branded manufacturer that produces replacements for single-use disposables.
Our product line is all built around reusability and sustainability. Is it reusable? Does it replace a disposable item? And is it made of natural materials? So at the end of its life, can it go back and be biodegradable?
I think it's our responsibility as a sustainable product company to run a sustainable business. Everything we do, we just try to do more sustainably.
In manufacturing, there is inevitable waste. When we receive our fabric rolls in shipments, they come wrapped in plastic. We found a local recycler who takes this plastic film and recycles it up in Corvallis. When we ship out our products to our customers, we've made a strong commitment to doing all of that plastic free. Another community partnership that we have nurtured this year is with Mecca, the materials exchange. We actually have created kind of a special process to get them usable scrap that comes off of our cutting table that we don't use in other ways.
We look at ways that we can reduce waste. We look at ways that we can reduce our impact on our local environment, but we also look at how we can coexist in our local community and make a difference locally. Back in early March, we saw a huge impact coming locally in the form of a pandemic. Masks at that time were in very, very short supply, and we saw a definite need to have a mask that was able to be washed and be able to be reused over and over again. We were able to donate over 2,500 masks to frontline workers, and we really were able to help a lot of organizations that would have otherwise had to go without.
It was very difficult because we were so busy already, but we just decided it was so important that we would do it, and we would hire more people to do it. We would do anything that we could to make it happen. So we stopped production of our core products to donate masks to our community.
I believe, we should have an obligation to give back. It's good for enriching like our local community, our local society. Our team is grown so large now that we finally are in a position to offer a good healthcare package. On top of that, we do a matching 401k, and also we do community paid volunteer time. So any team member has a charity that they're passionate about, we offer time that they can actually take from work, and they can go and volunteer for that charity.
We are so honored to be nominated as a finalist for this year's Bold Steps Award. We love this community. It is so important for us to be active and to be, a productive member as an organization of this community. And so it's amazing to be honored in this way.
My name is Jenny Bennett, and I work at Summit Bank. We are a community business bank. Types of businesses that we work with are really diversified. Every day is a new day. Every client's different. It's a really fun job. I don't even think it's a job. It's more of a privilege to be able to serve our community the way that we do. Sustainability has always been incredibly important to Summit Bank. We do whatever we can to be the best stewards of our environment that we can. We also believe as bankers, as community bankers, that the most important thing that drives what we do is our community and the people in our community. When this pandemic started, it was really a call to action for us as bankers to get to work and help however we can. Congress passed what's known as the CARES Act on March 27th. And when that happened, it allowed the opportunity for lenders of any size to assist in pushing stimulus money out to communities and businesses specifically. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program, was really the vehicle that pushed the stimulus money out. It was truly meant to help small businesses and employees within those walls to continue to live and meet their needs and their family needs. We were able to lend to 442 different businesses. Of those, About 350 are here locally in our community. We were able to save tens of thousands of jobs. I mean, it was everybody in the bank. We were here till after midnight, showing back up at 6 a.m. And it was complete dedication. We were able to really impact our community, help our business owners and the employees that really are the backbone of our community.
Direction Service has been in the community for over 40 years. Our work is to support youth and families who experience disability or special needs, sort of navigate systems and help advocate for them to get the things they need to be successful. When the pandemic started, we weren't really clear about how long it was going to last. And with schools closing and the primary way we deliver services changing, we need to make sure that we were going to be able to continue to support our staff financially. The support from Summit meant that we were able to provide services without any disruption and able to completely sustain our workforce. Summit has been a critical partner in making sure Direction Service keeps doing what we do.
The whole point of being a community bank is so that you can be a steward of the economy. Diversity, equity, and inclusion this year more than ever is incredibly important. We have decided to donate $150,000 of our SBA loan proceeds to honor the Sons of the Senate, which means we are lending to women-owned business owners, minority-owned business owners, service-disabled veterans, and then small business owners who live and reside in rural areas. We really believe that as ambassadors of the community, we want to lend to everyone. And this program that we've created will give us an ability to do that. I would say what we were able to do was the highlight of my career. To be able to know that you're making an impact is pretty humbling.
Businesses like these are community assets and have inspired us with the innovative ways they've responded to our community's needs during this challenging year. Congratulations to our finalists. Thank you for taking bold steps in business leadership, and thank you, viewer, for joining us in celebrating this year's Bold Steps Award finalists.
Well, thank you to the mayor and City of Eugene and Bring Rethink, really amazing efforts, narrowing it down to these three amazing organizations. What a wonderful job. Maybe a virtual round of applause for all this great work that's happening in our community, and just, you know, it's really amazing. And we're very fortunate to have old Bold Steps winners still in the community, and then these new ones, the nominees. That will be, maybe Deborah, you can talk about when the finalists will be announced and in what format.
Thanks, Teresa. So the finalists are the three businesses that we have here today, but the winner is going to be announced at the State of the City on January 6th, I think, at 5:30 p.m. And so the mayor will make her selection and make that announcement as part of the State of the City event programming. I'm not sure exactly what the format is at this point, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be virtual. So I'll make sure that anyone that's interested has an invitation to the event. And of course, we'll be sharing the finalist videos with the finalists so that they can share them more widely on social media, as well as inviting them to attend the State of the City event. And then we'll all get to find out who wins on the 6th of January.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds great. And it's always really an exciting time and nerve-wracking time until we know who's won, but really congratulations to all the finalists. You are amazing and continue your great work. If you are a Greenlane member or any of the other businesses that are present here, if you have any announcements that would be good for the group, anything coming up that you want to highlight, this would be a good time to do that. We have a couple extra minutes. So if there's some things happening in the next month you want to let people know about, please raise your hand and we'll call on you and we can announce those. Anybody have anything? Mackenzie River Trust, Bring, the city? Jody?
I don't think I have any actually big announcement outside of just wanting to announce a huge thank you to our community in general, both individuals and businesses. So many of you here and beyond, so many people that have really stepped up to take care of the Mackenzie community since the wildfires in September. just really wanted to acknowledge the incredible amount of caring for each other that's been happening and continues. And obviously, as we talked about last month, this is a long road ahead for our community and the upriver community specifically, and restoring this river that we all rely on, and just wanting to thank everybody for stepping up and doing whatever they can.
Thanks, Brandy. Yeah, that's going to be a number of years in recovery, and it really has affected all of us. So thanks again to everyone for doing such amazing work. I want to let you know that as of right now, we have not received any applications, which is unusual, for the Daniel Swantek Award, which is an annual award that Greenlane offers. It's a scholarship of $500 to support a local nonprofit that's working on a sustainability project. And so if you are aware of a nonprofit in the region that is working on it or wants to work on a sustainability project, and they're interested in applying for the award, we're extending the deadline to January 10th. And all they need to do is fill out a paragraph on their organization and another paragraph or two on the particular project that they're interested in having supported, and then submit those to me, or you can do that through the Greenlane website. You can stay on afterwards if you want any details, but we're looking for that. And if you have any specific questions of the finalists, we might have a couple of minutes to answer any of those, since they're all on. If there's in particular something that you're curious about, this would be a good time to ask that question or those questions. Any hands raised? Hard to see everybody. Ryan.
Well, I don't have a question. I was just going to jump in. One of the projects that we're working on with a variety of partners is, our focus has always been the West Eugene wetlands and the mitigation banking and the redevelopment out in West Eugene, and in our partnerships with a variety of partners, along with the Rivers to Ridges partnership, which is, I'm not sure how many people are sort of aware of, but there are now, but we're voting on bringing 2 more partners, so it'll be 19 partners with a focus on water and sustainability and access to public lands, and a variety of hats and resources, recently bringing all of the watershed councils into the Rivers to Ridges footprint as well. But one of the projects that Ren is working on is the realization that there are sort of 3 versions of a similar way that sustainable communities are developed. One is, of course, the wetlands, tends to be more rural. But another is rain gardens, now a part of development in.
Keep talking, Ryan. You're a little bit further.
So we're working with Kathy Eva and team with the Eugene Stormwater team to really connect those 3 concepts together, and help young people and adult learners as well understand the systems that create a sustainable community, a sustainable city, and like stormwater, sort of, unless you're driving on Willamette Street and seeing the things that they're building to deal with that stormwater runoff now as part of the Willamette recreation. So it's a fascinating collection of partners. We are collecting partners who might be interested in that topic, and sharing either their personal experiences, again, with rain gardens or sustainable development or stormwater, as we try to loop in this idea of what does it take to create and engineer, design, and build a sustainable community. So we would love to have people, get a hold of me or get a hold of Laura, our staff member. That would be wonderful.
That sounds great. Great work, Ryan. You guys do an amazing job. Any other announcements for the good of the group? Sure, I'm checking everyone's space here. It's hard on 2 screens. Okay, thank you again for attending today. I want to leave you with a sustainability quote. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. It's always just good to be reminded on the bigger picture of why we do what we do. Thank you again, and we hope to see you at future Greenlane meetings. I'd like to close the meeting, and anyone is welcome to stay afterwards if they just want to chat with some of their friends. So anyway, thanks again, and great job to the finalists. We'll keep our fingers crossed for the event in January. Keep up the great work, and thanks for attending today. We know your time is really precious.